The Jets lost to the New England Patriots yesterday, and there are a lot of emotions running high across the fan base, but it seems like some of that is spilling into the locker room. Can this team stick together?
Jets, Jets, Jets!
As an offense, though, I mean, when you guys are only able to score 3 points, the defense only lets up 3 points. I mean, do you feel like you let the defense down at all?
No.
All right, gang, let's just jump right into it. There is a big problem brewing in the Jets locker room. Those were Zach Wilson's post-game comments about the defense. And today we wake up, we see a tweet from Rich Cimini. Hearing this morning, there's a lot of raw feelings among Jets defensive players. Clearly, Zach Wilson's post-game accountability, or lack thereof, didn't sit well. And I think anyone who watched that press conference and heard that response, I would bet 99% of the fan base was probably like, that's not a good answer. I don't like this. This kid seems like a spoiled brat. My words, not anyone else's, but that's the way it came off to me. Then last night you had John Franklin Myers coming out and had this liked tweet in his history. That was a tweet saying, Josh Allen, after the loss to the Jets, put that on me. I let the team down. As a quarterback, you can't play like shit. Zach Wilson, after a loss, do you feel like you held the defense back? No. Yeah, I could see where that might be. Maybe not the greatest thing. Now, he did come out and say, oh, guys, I didn't mean to like that tweet. My finger just hit it. It is what it is, whatever. Okay, sure. Then today, you get another comment from Sauce Gardner. He liked a tweet that said, you don't owe your defense? ? He likes that tweet. And then just a few minutes later comes back and says, I swear I didn't mean to like this tweet. I only found out because y'all were tagging me. We going to be straight. Look, I'll be honest. The comments from Zach Wilson at the end of yesterday's game, it rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sure it rubbed a ton of people inside the locker room the wrong way. We're hearing that from a few different sources here. I know Connor Hughes had said something. Cimini has come out and said something. I've seen a little bit on ESPN and Good Morning Football and that sort of stuff. So I think it's absolutely true, and I think it's some of the chirps that you've sort of been hearing across the way. And you wonder what accountability can look like. And you heard John Franklin Myers' comments, about Josh Allen. Let's hear that clip.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to win in this league. You're playing a good team, and your quarterback plays like shit. Made some bad decisions tonight, really cost our team. A lot to learn from, a lot to grow from. But that's not the standard we hold ourselves to. That's not the ball that we play. So a lot to look at, a lot to learn from.
So that's obviously someone outside of our team handling things, I think, the right way. You had a bad game, own up to it, admit it, own it. That's what it is. Now, you go inside our own locker room, and there's guys that have strong leadership. Our captain of our defense, Justin Hardy. This is what he had to say on the blown punt return after the game.
Got hit, whether it was the side or the back. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't up to my standards. It wasn't up to the Jets standards. Put it on me. I'm going to go and work harder, get in my film room more, do whatever I can to make this team better, to make our special teams group better. And it's not all on me. It's 11 guys on the field, but me being the captain, I'm going to always point the finger at myself first. And, yeah.
That's a leader. That is a leader of men. That is a guy that is taking the onus and putting it on himself. He knows it wasn't all on him, but that is him saying, look, I'm the captain. This falls on me first and foremost. Zach Wilson wears the C on his chest. He doesn't deserve it. He's got it because he's the number 2 overall pick and because he's the quarterback. That's really what it is. It doesn't seem like this team has his back. While there's, maybe some things said correctly publicly in statements and whatnot, you can read the tea leaves here. Fans, you can watch the game tape. You can see how the offense is being called and the plays that Zach Wilson just cannot hit. This team is held back because of Zach Wilson. And I'm not sure if this relationship is going to be able to be fixed. You got a week before the Chicago Bear game at home. You better believe the first incomplete pass that Zach Wilson throws, the Jet fans are going to let him know it. And it's going to get increasingly harder to figure out what you do at the quarterback position, because you owe it to the other 52 guys on this roster to try and put your best foot forward. and try to break this playoff streak. And if it's not with the number 2 overall pick, it's not with the number 2 overall pick. He's not your quarterback then. You know, part of being a quarterback is being a leader of men and being able to go to war with these guys, earn their respect. And it just hasn't come off that way. If I'm being honest, Zach Wilson, the comments we heard pre-draft, he's a 3-car garage kind of guy. Now, at the time, I'm thinking, all right, that's kind of silly. You know, it doesn't really make much sense. But, you know, hearing some of the comments, oh, Zach Wilson is walking around the locker room as if he's won something or as if it's not his fault or if it's not a big deal. And like seeing that in conjunction with not really having anyone challenging him for that quarterback spot. And then, you know, he's not really held accountable to the same way that maybe, you know, Mims or Elijah Moore or someone who has created a mistake at any point during the season would have been held accountable, primarily because of the quarterback and the delicate nature in which you have to handle that situation. And I think we've gotten to a point in the season where the team has just seen enough, at least like the players on the team. Like, how long can you trot a guy out there that's clearly last in the league in like every statistical category? I'm pretty sure Kenny Pickett and like Baker Mayfield are the only ones behind Zach in like any categories. And even in a few, they're above him. So there's no quarterback that's come into the league that has played so poorly compared to what Zach Wilson has really done. You look at the first 20 games of Jamarcus Russell's career, they are eerily similar. That is absolutely terrifying. 17 touchdowns through 20 games. That's a problem in a league that's designed to allow the quarterback to thrive and to create opportunities for all these guys. Zach Wilson, not just costing the team games and guys any sort of bonuses that victories might cause or trigger, these costing guys their next contract. Guys like Elijah Moore, guys like Garrett Wilson, guys like Corey Davis, when you can't get the ball to your receivers, that is hamstringing them. That's why we saw Elijah Moore go off. And I think the way it's all going to play out, Zach is inevitably going to be benched. I think he does have a bad game against a bad Bears defense. And I think it's going to be a very, very interesting situation because I think they're going to wind up putting in Mike White at that point. And I don't know if you come back from that. You might just have to ride it out and then you figure it out. I don't know. His comments didn't rub me the right way. No, it didn't rub the locker room the right way. And I think when you read the tea leaves and you see what's kind of going on in this Jets locker room, I am definitely concerned. I really hope it doesn't destroy the season. Like if Zach's not our quarterback, that's fine. I can roll with something next year and I can figure something else out. But to have a 6-3 start to the season, losing 2 games to your hated, or 6-4 start to the NFL season, losing 2 games to a heated division rival in the New England Patriots in the fashion that you did, games that were winnable for your team if it were not for your quarterback. If you had below average quarterback play, you win both those games. You had worst in the NFL quarterback play. 9 completions, 10 punts. There's absolutely no excuse for that. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm going to leave a poll question in the description, so please go down and answer that. Do you think these comments are just? Do you think that is exactly where the Jets need to go, and how should they handle it? What happens here? What happens from here on out? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.